Beaches have been closed for the festive season, and those that remain open will have only limited numbers. But this doesn't mean that lifeguards are letting down their guard, and neither should you. Let's discuss this now with Daya Sudat, the voluntary president of Life Saving SA. Very good morning to you, Daya. The job of a lifeguard is always incredibly difficult, but it has become more complicated this time around because lifeguards are going to be responsible for crowd managing also, correct?
A very good morning to you, and very good morning to your viewers, and thank you for the opportunity. Yes, certainly the job of the lifeguard is very, very difficult during the peak season. Large crowds of holidaymakers usually descend on the beaches and other inland waterways, and controlling large crowds is a challenge in itself. Fortunately, in the major cities, they are assisted by Metro Police and municipal officials. But at the end of the day, the experience is that often crowds do not listen to the lifeguards.
Yeah.
And lifeguards have the handful because they have to keep bathers in the bathing zone to ensure the safety of the bathers.
Yeah. A very scary stat, Daya, that I was reading is that between last year, September and March, so just before lockdown, 16 fatal drownings had been recorded. This is a very, very scary stat. So how will the drowning prevention plan help ease the burden on lifeguards and also prevent more drownings?
Well, starting with the lifeguards, lifeguards are obviously trained. Lifeguards ensure that they set up the safest bathing zone so that the bathers themselves are not in any major danger. So by keeping them confined between the flags, they ensure that they're preventing bathers from getting into difficulty. It's important that the bathers ensure that they swim between the red and yellow flags.
Yeah.
But at a bigger level, I think it's programs like this one that ensures that we can educate and make the public aware that they should only swim where lifeguards are on duty. They shouldn't take a chance to swim in areas where lifeguards are not even patrolling. So I think that's the that's the message. Life Saving South Africa has a water smart program which we run in schools. We've written the water safety and drowning prevention at the grade 4 and grade 6 life skills orientation. We train unemployed lifeguards to go and present these lessons in the classroom, but unfortunately, as an NPO, we have limited reach. We would certainly need the Department of Education and other government departments to come to the party so that this kind of message goes out to every citizen in the country.
Yeah, and Daya, just looking at the next 2 or 3 weeks, the festive season is going to be in full swing. How exactly is it going to work? Are lifeguards going to be at all beaches and tidal pools, and also at what times?
Firstly, we have to follow the government regulations, including the professional lifeguards employed by municipalities. So firstly, lifeguards will only be on duty at beaches that are open. So where the government has closed beaches like in the Eastern Cape, certainly there's no lifeguards there. The times usually that have been advertised is around 10 o'clock to 6 p.m., particularly in the Western Cape. But in beaches like eThekwini, the lifeguards come on duty much earlier in the day to set up, to ensure that they are able to find the most safest bathing zone to establish, and often stay on duty till late in the afternoon. So yeah, those are the times.
Yeah.
I think what the message that we need to get across is that, and we're already seeing some visuals of people going to recreate in water bodies that are not patrolled at all, dams, rivers, sort of inland waterways where there are no lifeguards, and I think this is the huge risk that needs to be avoided.
All right, thank you very much, Daya. Let's leave it there. That was Daya Sudat. He is the voluntary president at Life Saving SA.